Now, when he moves into the Oval Office next week, Joe Biden, who is 78 and has been in public life for half a century, will become the first president who suffered from stammering. It's a condition that's believed to affect around 3% of the world's population. Our correspondent Felicity Baker, who has her own experience of dealing with the stammer, reports on the challenge and frustration that it often involves.
Hi, my name's Shelby and I'm 11 years old and I have a stammer.
Yeah.
It was obvious from a young age Shelby was having problems speaking. He says school was difficult at first, but now his friends have got used to his stammer, although it can still be frustrating.
It's sometimes quite annoying when people try to guess what I'm trying to say, because people can interrupt you without not even knowing.
This is me when I was 25, trying to say my name.
Could you tell me your name, please? Felicity Baker.
I've had a stammer for as long as I can remember, along with an estimated 3% of the UK population. It's something I've worked hard to deal with throughout my life. 10 years later, I now work here as a producer in the BBC newsroom. I've never spoken about my stammer. Most of my colleagues will have no idea. Over the years, I've learnt various techniques to help me manage it, but I still don't like speaking on the phone, and there are plenty of words I will go out of my way to avoid saying, including my own name.
The national deficit is not rising, it is not falling.
Former Labour Cabinet Minister Ed Balls knows all too well what it's like to have a stammer in a high-profile public role.
Once I became a cabinet member in charge of all the schools in the country, it was very exposing. I stammered, and then behind me I heard a Labour voice say really loudly, he's supposed to be Secretary of State and he can't even get his words out. When I was told you should be public, I said, I can't be public. I can't admit a vulnerability like that. I'm a cabinet minister. It's not what people expect. And I felt quite worried about that it might be seen as weak, a failure.
Joe Biden will be the first president of the United States with a stammer, or stutter, as they call it in America.
Vice President Biden, your response, please.
Our response is, look, this isn't about... There's a reason why he's bringing up all this malarkey.
It's barely noticeable now, but he spent his whole life learning to control his speech.
I learned so much from having to deal with stuttering. It gave me insight into other people's pain, other people's suffering.
For children like Shelby, Joe Biden's openness about his stammer is inspiring.
It's very encouraging to see people with probably disabilities worse than me thrive with what they're doing today.
Felicity Baker, BBC News.